Hello everyone, welcome in this new lesson on intercanister. I hope everyone is ready.
Nice one, Seb. Hey everybody, welcome to the award ceremony for Motoko Bootcamp. So many people work so hard for the week, and I think some of us are still tired from it, but it was really exciting, and now we get to celebrate some of the winners. So for the agenda, we're going to go through the beginner winners, the intermediate winners. We'll have a slide with all the graduates, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Discover portal and some other broad aspirational ideas we kind of have, and some stuff, some updates about the ICP Squad NFT. When referring to winners and graduates, I went ahead and referred to them by however they wanted to appear on their diploma. So if they want to be anonymous, I wrote anonymous. If they want to use their Discover username, I used their Discover username. And if they put their full name on the diploma, I put their full name here too. And I also just want to say, we learned a lot through this first iteration of Motoko Bootcamp. I think we're gonna restructure things to maybe have an easier time onboarding for beginners. I think we really didn't expect the number of people who are completely new to coding who would be interested in joining bootcamp, and that was a really wonderful surprise. But we want to be better prepared for that in the future, because we obviously did see that a lot of beginners struggled, and so yeah, we've learned a lot. And but with that, let's go ahead and start celebrating those who were able to really pull off the impressive feat of getting everything done within a week.
Yeah, and before that, I want to say that we had a lot of really cool submissions.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't see your project in the winners, don't worry. Like a lot of projects were really cool, and we had to make a choice. It's just the Motoko Bootcamp, but everyone is a winner, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you learned something, you came away as a winner. And also, just quick note: the judging was just done by the dev mentors, and we had the criteria was mainly focused on just the technical input of the projects, but really we left it a little bit broad. So these were picked by the dev mentors who were giving all those lectures, and we think they did a good job. But like Seb said, it was a lot of tough calls, and we're really impressed with what a lot of people have produced. So getting started with beginners. Third place is Dragon Minter by Obrit. So there's a nice touch with drag and drop he added into the DApp, and there's great custom artwork and theme. And I believe, Orlando's available. So Orlando, if you want to, why don't you go ahead and share your screen? Let me give you a capability to do that. Are you there, Orlando?
Hey, yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Everybody else is muted, so I'll respond to you.
Okay, excellent. Great. Well, again, I want to thank Dfinity community and all the dev mentors that participated in this event. I've definitely learned a lot. There's a lot of information, and I'm still digesting a lot of the information that was provided. And also, I'm still going through a lot of the videos that were posted even after we finished this, because yeah, you guys built a library with a vast amount of information. So I'm just still processing some of that. But just to give you guys a quick run through, it's a really simple one-page site, basically allowing you to mint a dragon. It's a custom artwork. So basically requires you log in through Plug, had some Plug integration in there. Let's see. Yeah, it would not work on the day that I'm trying to share it.
It worked for me, so that's what matters.
Let's see.
And where did you get the artwork for the actual dragons?
Okay, so yeah, I'm actually a bit of an artist as well. So what I do is I actually start by sketching the dragon, and then I basically upload the sketch into Adobe Photoshop, and then I make it layer by layer. So this is actually 7 different layers: the head, the horns, the teeth, wings, body, and tail. And there was miscellaneous items as well, which I didn't add in for this one.
Oh, so you made the artwork as well. That's really cool.
Yes, thank you. Okay,
yeah, it looks
so yeah, able to log in with Plug, and then you basically just drag the image into the box, and it allows you to mint, and it should replace the logo with the dragon which you minted, and then some of the information which was provided by your team as well.
Nice. The transparency and color changing background is a nice touch as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I also added some CS, and I will say I worked with a lot of different people. It was a very collaborative project, and spent many hours with people in the Discord, just working through the code and understanding how JavaScript works with the HTML and how that connects with the main Motoko file, the functionality from the back end. And that's another thing I've been working on after the project, is understanding more of how the front end works, which I haven't deployed it, but I've been learning Svelte, and I realized like some of the videos, which I didn't have time to watch when they were live, like with Saikot Das, I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but that was an excellent video into getting started with Svelte for the front end. So I've been working on that recently. Great.
Actually, the winning project for the first place intermediate was built on Svelte. I know that, and I have Svelte is a great tool set. So your background in coding before this event, do you have any experience with coding before?
No, I've developed quite a bit of websites, but most of the time I've just hired developers. And for this,
first time getting your hands dirty then.
Yeah, I really wanted to learn, and this gave me a different level of respect into what goes on behind the scenes, especially, Entrepot and Plug, just everything, Entrepot and Plug, and everything that they put into developing this.
Yeah, well, and we were hoping for beginners that it would be a learning experience, but not a disheartening one. And that's why I added questions in the end of the core project submission about how hard it was it too hard to be worth it, and different things. And I was happy to see that most people said it was really hard, but in a good way. So I think we hit the mark there, because that's essentially what we were aiming for: hard enough to push you to learn, but not to the point where you would feel unsupported or like it's undoable.
So that's what I will say. It did seem very challenging in the beginning, but I realized what you guys were doing throughout that course was kind of like just giving us the little bits and elements to get up to the point of being able to work on this NFT Mentor and learning some of the functionality. So that was excellent, and I definitely appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's so great to have you show your work. Congratulations on 3rd place, and I can't wait to see what else you make.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations again.
Thanks, Seb.
All right, so next, 2nd place beginner goes to ICPSquad NFT Mentor by Hunter M. And let me do a quick check and to see if he's online. I don't believe Hunter M is online right now. So as you can see from the screenshot I took here, it's really beautiful. He simplified the minting UI and had a clean design, and it was really easy to pick from his URI examples. So thank you, Hunter M, so much for what you made, and congratulations. And now, first place beginner goes to Fishy's Fist NFT by Peter. I hope I don't mispronounce Kneisel. Peter, I don't think he's available today to present his work, but Peter did a great job on his Fishy Fist NFT. You can't see it in a screenshot, but he actually added a nice transfer NFT feature at the bottom, which really took it over the edge because he's adding extra features into his work. He was able to deliver the fish as SVG and style his webpage pretty well. So he did great work, and we were able to announce, figure out the winners from the voting process a couple days ago. And in that short time, we were able to get both first place winners their legendary characters created. So this is Peter's legendary ICP Squad NFT that he now owns. That it includes his diploma. So everybody who graduates within the deadline, who submitted within the deadline, gets one of these diploma. And so this diploma is a separate NFT. And there's only a few of them. There's only the graduates get these. These aren't mintable in any other means. And these sunglasses are also a legendary accessory that come with a lot of different separate perks as well. So this is 3 NFTs in one that you're looking at. This was 3 of the prizes for both of the first place positions. So congratulations to Peter. Let's go ahead and move on. Intermediate winners. Third place, Dynamic Rarity NFTs by Baran Nukar. We picked this one because he has live NFT customization right there in the homepage. So you can pick different traits and it will change the image. It's really dope. There's a full NFT index page as well as a wallet. And he works the token into the minting process. So we've actually got Baran on with us today, and maybe he can take a chance to chat with us and show us his project.
Hey everyone.
Hey Baran, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks. Let me introduce myself. I'm a 20 years old computer science student at Turkey. And my name is Baran. I'm really excited to be here. I'm a little nervous right now. I guess it's understanding. Yeah, this is a dynamic rarity NFT project. It's about you can customize your NFT, and after each, you can customize and mint your NFT. And after each mint, all the rarities of the NFTs, all the collections NFTs, rarities are recalculating after each mint. It's the cool part of the project. And, you can see, you can list, you can transfer them. Today, I messed up some query functions and it's still working really buggy. So right now, I don't want to share it with you.
That's fine. Everybody can take my word that it worked perfectly for all of us. And it's okay because I actually broke my diploma NFT dapp yesterday as well, trying to make some updates. So I totally get you there.
Yeah, that's it. You can transfer them, you can see the whole NFT page. It's calls a query function that token DNA and gets the DNA and displays it with respect to created DNA. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a very impressive amount of interactivity that you pulled off in such a short time. So thank you so much, and congratulations, Baran. Well done.
Thanks.
All right. Second place, intermediate, goes to The Finny Shield by Lucas Vazda. So Lucas is traveling right now and unable to show off his work, but I think a lot of y'all are already familiar with it because it kind of blew up a little bit over social media after the bootcamp. Basically, there's these shields, and you can pick 2 colors for the shields. And once you pick a color, that each custom color can only be minted once. And Ron and Lucas went the extra mile by integrating the token faucet directly into his dApp, which is really impressive. And there's a good workflow with the plug integration as well. So a lot of really creative ideas here, and intercanister, multi-canister design. So we found his work very impressive, and you know, he's actually is looking to partner with a few other new IC devs to build out this project further. You know, he wasn't able to present today, and he sent me an email just mentioning that it was a pity because he was hoping to kind of inspire others to maybe work with him on it. And I would love to see this turned into maybe its own collection, who knows? So if you are interested, you know, you can reach out on our Discord, the Motoko Bootcamp Discord, maybe connect with Lucas, and yeah, let's see if the finished shields can turn into its own thing and grow into something bigger. But for what it is, it's really impressive what he did in a week, and congratulations to you, Lucas. I know you're maybe
congratulations, Lucas. I think Definity Shield is already famous.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. So you're already off to a good start. All right, and drum roll, please. First place, intermediate, goes to IC Batteries by Andrew Sullen. So we actually are lucky enough to have Andrew online with us right now, and he's going to be able to share a little bit of his work, hopefully in just a bit. But his dApp was really just a cut apart. It was really impressive. But we even reached out to him just to get to know him before we knew that he was a winner, before the voting was done. So he has live responsive NFT customization with a nice random reset feature and animated artwork. There's impressive minting user flow details, like you don't have to log in until after you've customized what you want. And when it's loading, there's like a loading screen with a bunch of funny little messages that are on there about the project, which is like an amazing amount of attention to detail in the user experience. There's multiple NFT gated VIP chat rooms. So he built chat room functionality and gated it with NFT. So like one, you need glasses to be able to access. You need an NFT with glasses, and one, anybody with one of the NFTs can access. So he made multiple NFT gated chat rooms. And just overall, the dApp feels done. And we even spoke with him to verify that it was actually done in a week, because and it's using the artwork that we provided, so we really know it was. You know, what he did in a week, making this polished of a dApp, both on the back end and especially the front end, because he's got really impressive skills on the front end. It was just incredibly impressive. So just well done, Andrew. And if you can, why don't you join us and maybe share a little bit and show everybody what you made, because I think they would love to see it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was a super fun week, so thanks for that. I'll just share my screen.
Sure, go ahead. By the way, great legendary. It looks awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, the artist is really, really amazing. So thanks for organizing that. Yeah, so yeah, this was super fun to make. Like, really enjoyed working with that artwork. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have had a look at it, but yeah, like you said, there's random reset, give you a bit of an idea of what sort of different designs you can do with the ability to customize anything. I'll just mint something while we're going. So when you mint it, it connects to the to collect the payment in Bootcamp tokens, and then go straight into minting. And once this is done,
I
love those loading screens. It's great.
Yeah, I thought I'd incorporate a few Bootcamp in jokes. And then once then, you can either see your own or see all the NFTs minted. It looks like, just from everybody testing it out, there's more than 100 now. And like you said, you can go in to see the messages in the room once you've got an NFT.
That's crazy, man. That's so cool.
There you go.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, really impressive. Really, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun, and had a fantastic week at Bootcamp. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining and putting on all that time and effort and showing us what you can do. And I think we're all really excited to see what else you're going to build for the ecosystem. And that really goes for everybody who graduated. And in fact, let's just, I want to go and give everyone a shout out here. So in total, we had 40 graduates. What's considering how challenging and how difficult it was to get that core project done within a week. We think that's really good, and this is a great feat that these people pulled off. 16 beginners. I mean, the beginners have to start. A lot of these guys started from absolute zero, so that really says a lot about their work ethic. And 24 intermediates. So as you can see here, there's just so many people who spent a bunch of time really devoting themselves to learning Motoko, and these 40 graduates represent a huge boost to the bandwidth of the Internet Computer's development capability. I think we're going to see a lot of founders come out of here, a lot of devs teams develop out of here, a lot of new dapps coming within the next few months. And this isn't all there is, because all of the learning resources are still available in the Discord, and we still have a lot of people submitting. And while they didn't submit within the deadline, they're still going to be able to get their diploma NFTs and join the Discover portal. So this is just the first 40 verifiable IC devs. We're going to have a lot more join the group, and I think once we fully get to making this educational content more accessible to everybody and organized and curated and everything, I just can't wait to see how it impacts the ecosystem. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide here. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Discover portal. I know I did in the conclusion meeting, but I just want to go over some of it again. So once a person submits their core project, even if they submit it late, really anybody, even if they weren't fully enrolled during the bootcamp, so all 505 people on our Discord server are eligible to submit their core project, and at any time over the next few months. And when they do, as long as they meet the qualifications for their learning track, they get an NFT diploma. And that gives them access to an exclusive Discover portal where they can learn from peers, share info on early stage projects, or get the inside scoop on other early stage projects, and network to find co-founders, to form future hackathon teams, and employment opportunities. We have, I think some of the students have already been reached out to and gotten offers, and so it's exciting to see that get started. And we've been a little bit quiet since the end of the boot camp because, I think for one thing, we were just all exhausted. but we're trying to get everything in place though, so that when we kick off this Discover portal, it's going to be around this weekend. that we really can start to build this into something exciting. And talking about that, you know, when we were thinking through what this means, having these diplomas, we're realizing that I mean, we know that these people are human because we've spoken to most of them. We've had their interactions on Discord. There's lots of proof that these diploma holders are human. But it's also proving a certain amount of internet computer coding skill. And we've been thinking that there's got to be a lot of exciting ways, because as far as our knowledge, to our knowledge, we're the first way to get on-chain verification of not just humanity, but coding skill. And so we're like, well, what can that mean? What can you do with that? So we think in the future, you know, like right now you have to be go through a review process to be eligible for working on certain bug bounties, but maybe we can find a way to do automatic bug bounty qualification. You know, if you have an intermediate level diploma or a dev mentor level diploma or something like that. NNS and SNS proposals are, you know, code that's really important. And, you know, that it needs to be interpreted by people with technical skill to non-devs. So maybe there'd be a way to work in this certification in some kind of future thing like that. You know, as far as ICP Squad, which we're talking about more, we may have exclusive dev-only ICP Squad missions. So, you know, kind of similar to bug bounties, but maybe in a broader sense. And really, we're just speculating. This is all kind of us saying, hey, there might be some more stuff we can do with this in the future. I think one of the things we can do in the Discover portal is figure this out. Yeah, that's something that we just kind of want to throw out there.
Yeah, this is pure speculation, but one day ICP Squad is going to have its own neuron, community managed, and we will probably need a governance board to take decisions, and we will probably need some level of technical expertise to take some decision on the most technical subjects. And having this proof of like knowledge certified by our own like organization is really cool, because it's on-chain certification for a group of people, and also it could be used by other organizations if if we build enough trust behind the Motoko Bootcamp, which I think is going to happen. Then it also could be used by like other organizations, maybe for certification purpose. So that's a really cool opportunity that we have right now with those diploma.
Yeah.
I also want to add that participants of the Motoko Bootcamp are also going to be receiving special prizes and NFT airdrops. We collaborate with a lot of NFT projects, and we recently received, for example, 100 wireless spots. And participants of the Motoko Bootcamp are going to benefit from that.
Yeah. And, you know, that's actually something else the Discover portal can be used for, because in Discover, you may have noticed when you have a portal, you can export all of the principal IDs for airdrops. So if any of the other devs who are part of this Motoko Bootcamp Discover portal feel like it, they could choose to airdrop to other people who are members in the portal. So there's all kinds of great opportunities here, we think, by just a simple act of bringing this kind of certification on chain.
Yeah, and one last thing I wanted to add as well. There is no diapo on it, but I would like to thank like the sponsor of Motoko Bootcamp, so especially Origin, which provided tokens for the pool prizes.
Exactly.
And so Austin is here, I think. So Austin is working on IC Devs and also member of Origin. If you are interested to like maybe work or project, you can check out Austin. And you can check out the bug bounties. I think we already talked about the bounties a few times, but there are a lot of them. If you are interested in improving Motoko language, we really need it, so don't hesitate. Even if you feel like it's too early for you, you can just check and maybe try, like, even, you know, it's a good way to improve, I think, as well, your skills.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
and I will add.
Sorry, go on.
Well, announce the prize. I will add to the prize pool an IC Park NFT. We recently got some NFTs and Wilder Spot, so we're gonna be giving to the 3 winners of each category 1 IC Park NFT.
Is it Christmas right now?
Yeah. That's great. Thanks, Dukakis. Dukakis is always, many of you all might not know, but working directly with him is great. He's very generous, and he's always doing what he can to build up the community and to encourage everyone. So it's a great surprise. Thanks, Dukakis. All right. So ICP Squad updates. And if you don't mind, Seb, would it be cool if I take this first slide?
Yep.
Do we go through afterwards? So I think a lot of y'all may be wondering, okay, so these people are making this ICP Squad NFT project, and then out of nowhere, they form Motoko Bootcamp, and might be wondering like why we did that. And I mentioned a little bit about it, just one aspect of why we did it, which was we saw a shortage in the ecosystem. We wanted to address that. And we also needed development help ourselves. But it's really more than that, because as some of you might know who follow the ICP Squad project a bit more, our game is to essentially, our aim is to essentially gamify the entire internet computer ecosystem. So rather than gamifying a game that's built by us, we want to gamify and incentivize engagement across the whole ecosystem. And ultimately, the grand vision is to turn this into kind of a unified platform that if you're involved in the ecosystem as just a normal user and you're wanting to learn more about the internet computer, you can have a dashboard that kind of can hold your hand and introduce you to all the top different projects and give you financial incentive to do that and to learn. And to just engage in different dapps like Discover, District, and all the other great things people are building. And so, there'll be missions. So basically a mission board for an ecosystem, like just a list of cool things you can do and prizes you can get for doing it. On the other side of that, if you're a dApp developer, we want to have this eventually, and like I said, long-term vision is to have this be an open internet service. So you build your dApp, and it's not really you build it and they will come kind of thing, because you always have to do marketing. Well, we want to make it so that like you can easily integrate with our platform and get on this list of missions. And there'll be a way for you to instantly incentivize an engaged existing audience to come to your dApp and do stuff. Without having to have a lot of marketing expertise, without having to build gamification features yourself. You can add gamification to your dApp with the out-of-the-box solution and an existing ecosystem and community of users, of IC early adopters. So we want this to be a tool for developers and a tool for just normal IC users. And so that's why it's kind of a perfect match, is because if we can, bring about more IC developers who build more dApps, who then connect them to this platform that gets stronger and bigger, that then helps more other dApps get access to those same engaged users. Well, we can really create a unified, gamified, and an exciting ecosystem that's going to be different and beyond anything that any other network. Like you physically cannot do this with any other network. You can't do it with Ethereum. You can't do it with Solana. It's something that only can be done on an internet computer, which is what highlights the internet computer's strength and the excitement we all have for this technology. So yeah, there's a lot of other things in this slide. I talked a lot about it already, so I won't go over too much. But yeah, basically we want to also gamify with Motoko Bootcamp, like the learning process itself. And make it easier to become a dev. And I don't want to say this, I did a Twitter post recently, but I was really surprised myself learning more about Motoko as a participant, because I expected internet computer development to be harder than traditional IT or DApp development, traditional DApp development, because it's kind of a bridge between the two. And most of the time, new technologies like that might be harder, but it was amazing. And I was really surprised to find it was easier than both, because you don't have to worry like you do with traditional DApp development that about gas optimization and about getting everything 100% perfect before you deploy, because you'll never be able to change it again. So you don't have to worry about that on that end. And on a traditional IT end, you don't have to worry about all the intricacies of hosting and authentication, and all of that's abstracted away. So it's actually easier than traditional app development and traditional DApp development on like Ethereum, Solidity. And so I think that, you know, while this network and technology might be a bit underappreciated at this moment, we're going to have just a huge wave of new builders building things that can only be built here. And that's going to change the world and change our ecosystem. So we're all early on it. If you're listening to this, you're early on it. And so anyways, I'll stop talking and I'll let Seb go ahead and talk about this next slide.
Yeah, I just want to add a few things. I see like ICP Squad as the gateway to the internet computer. So in a few years, I imagine like a lot of missions where you can discover like a lot of applications, like register to discover, register to district, register to other application and try a few features. That's like the goal of ICP Squad, is to be a good like entry point to the ecosystem. And then I see Motoko Bootcamp, Motoko School kind of as the gateway, but for development. Like if you, oh, sorry, a lot of noise here. If you see like the IC and you are completely blown away by everything that is being built, and you think like, oh, I want to participate in that, I want to build things myself, then you can just go and go to the next community of learners. And I see those things as kind of related. I think it's like a lot of abstraction are going to happen with like no code and blockchain developments. Right now, it's really, well, it's not complicated, as you said. It's not really complicated. It's definitely made a really great job, I think. But I think it's going to be more and more simplified on a lot of aspects. So I think one day people will just play and create at the same time, kind of metaverse, like creativity thing with no code and all those tools that are coming. A great future is coming, I think. So yeah, that's why I think those two communities are so much related.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the ICP Squad NFT as the NFT identity of the internet computer, and it's going to be the base layer of our gamification system. It's going to be integrated. For example, we plan to build a community portal, a really cool community portal, and we're going to be integrating this with that, and it's going to be also integrated with our future DAO as well.
Yeah, and just for those who might not be as familiar, it's a high level, because I know it's a little confusing at first. It's very different than most NFT projects. Your avatar, anybody can mint one at any time. The minting is always open, because it's like membership to the group, and you need to have one to qualify for getting airdrops. And your activity is tracked across various different dapps that we partner with, and we're going to try to make it more open and more inclusive. But you have a non-zero chance of winning rewards each month just for having a character in your wallet. But the point is to keep them accessible, because the whole point of NFTs is not to limit it to only a few people, but to make this something that you know, we want to commoditize NFTs so that they're everywhere, and not that they're just only this NFT for an exclusive group. They need to become commonplace. So that's what avatars are. And most of the rewards are going to be materials that are used to build accessories. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but the accessories are speculative, rare, and they kind of like where the value is to speculating and get ICP rewards. So they're tethered to the value of ICP. So it's a dual NFT economy, and kind of an economic experiment that we're just really excited about. But it's essentially the goal is to incentivize engagement across the whole ecosystem. So I'll let Seb talk about the specifics, because we have more specifics on the actual economic design right now.
Yeah, so that's a diapo about like the materials and the accessories. You will need materials, as you can see on the left, to create super dope accessories. You can see right now the first like screenshot of the economy document I'm currently writing. So some materials will be really basics, like the cloth and the wood, for example. Some of them will be very complicated to get. You can see it right now, but we have like partnerships with, for example, Chronic, and we've already talked about that in the past. We have created a material which is called Chronic Essence, and this material is going to be very limited to people participating with everything Chronic related.
And it's going to only be like 200 for the first,
yeah. So some materials will be, sorry for the noise again, some materials will be very like common, so to create most accessories, but some of them will be very rare, and some accessories will be very rare as well if you need to combine like very, very difficult to get materials. So each accessory has then like a recipe, which is, for this one, it's 4 of metal, 3 of glass, 2 of circuits, and 1 definitive stone. And each accessory has a star system. The Astro suit that you can see right now has 5 stars, and the star is what matters in terms of the rewards you will get. So it's not 100% defined right now, to be honest. I'm still working on it, but the goal is to basically be as fun as possible and as fair as possible. We want the game to be really fair, like everyone can basically make a lot of money out of it. That's the goal. We want whales to be able to participate as well. Right now, with our system of avatar, it's kind of complicated to get fundings from whales. We only have like 1 ICP per avatar. It's already great, but if we want to move the development like further, we will need a way to incentivize whales. But the problem is that we don't want the whales to ruin the economy for everyone. So as you can see, there are a lot of like components to determine, but that's the whole structure. It's kind of really gamified, but in Reddit, it's really like, I don't know, it's a game, but it's a finance experimentation, and it's also a decentralized application that can only be done on the IC. So yep, really excited for that, and I think we will share really soon some more artworks on the accessories that we have, and also the accessory minter. This is where you will be able to create accessories from materials.
Yeah, and I actually can go over that a little bit. So, and one thing that was missed in this flow is when you combine materials to mint accessories, there's a fee, and that fee goes to a neuron. All the funds from that fee go to a specific neuron, and the maturity of that neuron is sent out to existing accessory holders. But accessories can wear out over time, and they get burned, just like real physical objects in real life. So that neuron, the rewards will grow and grow and grow faster than the supply of accessories. They're both linear, but at different escalation rates. So that allows us to, we didn't like self-cycling economies because there's just a lot of problems with that, a pure speculation-driven economy. We want to tether ourselves to the value of ICP. So accessory holders get ICP airdrops. And you can know that if you have an accessory, you will get ICP sent to you. So that's kind of tethering the value of our digital NFT assets to ICP itself. And I can go through this real quick, Seb, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, sure, go on.
So the graduates, all 40 graduates, get these really cool hats. If they have a character, they can wear the hat, but they can also sell it on the marketplace if they want, do whatever they want with it. Of course, the accessories change the aesthetics of your avatar, which is cool. The shadows and highlights are realistically applied. So like if you have a visor or a helmet, your character will look like they're behind a transparent layer. It's pretty dope. There's gameplay impacts. So only equipping an accessory onto your character is going to increase your chance of rewards. There are limits to that though, so you can't just buy a bunch of expensive accessories and win all the time and ruin the fun for everyone else. But you can get rewards that make it worth your while, and there's more details on that coming, but we already have written about some of the economic design there. Like I mentioned before, you will get sent ICP rewards, which is great and really just ties the value of the accessories. The ICP rewards are only though sent to you when you have the accessory equipped onto your character and when it's wearing out. So if it's equipped, it wears out and it will eventually be burned. If it's not equipped, it's not getting ICP rewards, it's not boosting your gameplay, but it's also not wearing out. So that makes them collectible because they're rare compared to the percentage of users who play the game. And I see somebody question here, does the diploma wear out? No, the diploma is different. The diploma is a non-transferable NFT certificate. It's not ICP Squad accessory that you wear. The hat, the graduation hat, is a normal accessory and that will wear out. So, you know, the artwork also changes. We're gonna have different seasons of artwork, and once a new season starts, you'll never be able to mint the old season's art. So if you collect it and you don't wear them out, and the game keeps going and improves over time, and a lot of other people who had that accessory let theirs wear out, you might have only one or two in existence at a certain point in the future. So there's an interesting collectible aspect to them. Eventually, long-term vision, you know, don't hold us to any specific date, but eventually the long-term vision is to be able to have an economy where we can lend out. You could lend out accessories to other people. Maybe there'll be missions that require a specific accessory or something like that. And so there's passive income potential in the long term. And a lot of this is long term. We're launching the Minter within 2 weeks. And we're going to have gameplay within the next few months be activated. And we're kind of in alpha, but all of this is on the roadmap, and we have the capacity and we are building it right now. Minting your characters is all live right now as well. And also there's digital branding and DApp utilities. So right now, Chronix games, like when they launch, for example, Chronix games, all players will get a chance to win some of 200, a pool of 200 Chronic essences, and those are needed to mint super rare Chronic branded accessories that their avatars can then wear. So this is like digital merchandising essentially for different dapps, and a really interesting way to have interoperability and like integrations with different dapps. So like maybe you can have like a t-shirt that your avatar wears that has the Discover logo, who knows? Like there's all kinds of things we can do with that. And these dapps could even choose to add utility so that maybe if you're wearing some of their digital merch when you're on their dapp, you can have additional features. There's a lot of, the whole point of this project is to be like a center or a platform for interoperability and engagement driving.
And besides our native rewards, we're also going to be airdropping NFTs from partners. And you guys will also have access to whitelist spots. And that's for the most active players. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to get rewards on some NFTs and all this stuff.
Yeah. All right, so next steps and future plans, and this is a slide from the conclusion meeting again, but just want to go over it real quick to reiterate some. So if you didn't graduate, please keep working and please submit a core project. You will get a diploma. You will be included on the Discover portal. You won't be getting a graduation hat. You won't be getting any of the other things that were listed and in the post that we put about outlining all the rewards. But you will get that diploma. And this was a proposal that we did that the community voted on. It was kind of a late addition. We really just wanted to keep the Discord open and available with all the resources we had gathered. So it is limited to people who are members of that Discord just because of the bandwidth. You know, Seb and I are trying to run this kind of on the side, but we want to keep this open and give everybody the ability to get those diplomas. YouTube videos we publish at some point soon, and we want to turn a lot of the content we've collected into an online curriculum and to translate some of it into multiple languages. And we're already planning a lot of really exciting things for the next Motoko Bootcamp. We're looking at try to do it twice a year. And so next one will probably be in about 6 or 7 months. If you joined as a beginner, for example, maybe you can be an intermediate next time. And we're also going to restructure things to be to change kind of the core project into something different, where essentially the bootcamp leads into an open hackathon that any developer can join. So kind of like more defined projects that you can use to learn and have a step-by-step instructions. And then after that, it's kind of more open and you can just focus on building something and not learning at the same time. So there's a lot of improvements we're working on with the future events. So yeah, we covered a lot. It's almost at the hour. But you know, this is my last chance to say thank you everybody for being part of Motoko Bootcamp, and this is just the start. So go ahead, Seb. Yeah, Seb Dukakis, anything you want to say?
I'm just seeing some people saying there are mistakes between beginners and intermediate. I don't think there is a mistake, but we have 2 students. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names, that we are registered at intermediate, but they didn't fulfill like the requirements for intermediate, so we put them into beginners because they validated the requirements for beginners. Yeah, I'm sorry if that's like the case for you, but we have to think like long term, and if we start like bridging the if we start like not like giving out diplomas, Motoko Bootcamp diplomas without any of the requirements that we fixed, then we are losing some credibility in the future. So yeah, that's probably the case. In the next editions, what we would like to do is, we've discussed about that with some mentors, is to have probably some kind of system that can verify automatically some challenges. If you deploy on the IC, there is maybe like a test that is running or something like that, and you can validate your application. So yeah, this time we made some choices. We had to make those choices, but for the next edition, we would like more maybe transparent verification, which would be very great for the credibility of the diplomas. Yeah, and that's it.
Oh, I see somebody here said that Lucas of Definity Shields is on beginners. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I'm sorry, I probably just copied and pasted something wrong. I was making this at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, so. And Abraham, you are not a beginner, I don't think so. You are intermediate. You have like some experience with on your GitHub, like with JavaScript and everything. You've been coding for a long time. Intermediate is not about Motoko. Everyone was kind of new to Motoko.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Dukakis, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Not really. There's gonna be some surprises later on, so let's save those news for later.
All right, Santa Claus, sounds good. All right, everybody. Hey, like I said again, this is the beginning. Get out there and build some cool stuff, and we'll see you in the next few months and next few weeks here.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.